St. Annan? Oh, sorry. Roll call, Paul St. Annan? Paul,
Paul St. Amman.
Erin Brewster,
Present.
Anna Sumpico,
Present.
and Maureen Buffy.
Here.
Okay, and and Norma Smith, I'm here too. Okay, all right. Has everybody read the minutes?
Yes.
Any changes or corrections that you can see here?
No.
No. Yeah, okay, so can we have a motion to accept them as read?
I'll make a motion to accept them.
I'll
Second.
second the motion.
Okay, good, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's pretty much the same agenda as last month. Arkwright Bridge, there's some new information. I spoke to somebody from DOT a few days ago. And the Arkwright Bridge replacement project has been postponed till 2032.
Oh.
But that does not mean we cannot work on moving the bridge, because that bridge is not staying there. So he says he does have some money available in his budget to start the preliminary whatever. He didn't tell me how much money he has at his disposal. So I told him we were going to do a presentation to the town council like we spoke of before. And then he would like to have a meeting with us and council and whatever other politicians might be interested in seeing this go forward. So right now we're going to do the presentation before council. I'm saying September because I would prefer to do it in person than on Zoom. And we can have like a general meeting for the public. Just to, see who's interested in helping, like other historical societies or community groups or whatever, whoever has interest in the bridge. So any questions?
Who is it that you talked to, Norma? I missed that.
John Reese, P-R-E-I-S-S, from Coventry. He also on the River Authority, but he works for the OT, so he has to recuse himself from the River Authority participation. He works for DOT. But he says there is money available for the bridge to be moved. Now, I don't know exactly. I don't think he means for a complete project, but it's the way he talked, like
Probably the
preliminary.
study.
He asked if we had, but probably, yeah, because he asked about a site. I told him what I was thinking as a site. He's somewhat familiar with it because, like I said, he's from the town, from Coventry. So, but he'd like to see it at some point. But he's also looking for us to have the council present and whatever politicians or whatever, state reps, senators, that kind of thing, that might be interested in seeing it go forward. The actual replacement of the bridge is now 2032. So they're not, those people aren't getting a bridge anytime soon. But that doesn't mean we can't move this bridge. He also said he doesn't think this bridge can stay standing on its site now till 2032. It'll be in the river, I guess. He says there's cracks around some of the rivets and whatever. I mean, he can explain it better than I can, but he says it won't stay standing till 2032.
Yep.
So that means we can start working on it now, getting it moved in the next few years. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, but.
Well,
So
and
any questions?
No, that's probably good news that they're not doing it till 2032, because that, it's not like we only
It gives us
have a
time.
year or something to, figure something out,
right.
so, because it will take a long time.
Yeah.
Okay,
So in a way, it's not a bad, but it doesn't mean we can just wait so many more years for it to
Yep.
be moved.
yep.
Any other questions? No more questions for that? Like I said, we'll do a presentation before the before council. But in September, once they start having meetings in council chambers again, I don't want to do this bridge thing on Zoom.
No, be very hard. So
I would,
are you saying that
Go
for
ahead.
sure? That they will allow the meetings in September, as far as we know?
I have no idea.
Norma,
Okay.
can I
I
comment
have
on this?
no idea, but
Cody.
yeah, go ahead.
So as of the 24th, in 2 days, per state mandate, we are required for all meetings to be back in person,
Oh, okay, good.
per the Attorney General.
Okay,
We can still have it in Zoom as well, but they all
Right.
have to be live in person and accessible to the public.
okay, all right. No, that's good, because I prefer face-to-face, than especially something like this. It's me, I guess. But no, that's great. But they're also starting about making us wear masks again. So who knows where this will bring us? But that's another issue. So I'm planning September when they're back in the council chambers. That's what I'm hoping for. Gives me a month to get it organized, and we can maybe have a meeting, a general meeting for whoever's interested in seeing the bridge preserved in the meantime. And then go before council in September.
It
Does that sound okay?
does sound okay.
Everybody okay with that?
Yes, very good.
Okay. Okay. The next thing is pink granite, which we keep bringing up. We have to meet with Raina on that. I know you've been busy, Paul, so we'll have to see if we can arrange a time to meet with her.
Well, what I would suggest is that when we make the time to meet with her,
Mhm.
that we meet there at the Anthony Green.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Mhm.
Because it will be much easier for me to explain to her in person, plus with a sketch, just what we might be able to do there. And, see if she is on board with that. But I would say that you talk to her and, give me some options for time. First thing in the morning is always difficult for me, and having to come to the jobs, but late morning, noontime type time frame or whatever like that, I'm usually back to Coventry in this area, because I do
Okay.
have one thing going on here in Coventry too. But anyway,
Yeah.
see what works for her. If it's best at the end of the day, that's okay too, for her schedule. Just not in the 8 to 10:30 time frame or 7 to 10:30 time frame. Okay.
No, that's good to know.
And
Yeah,
that-
that's fine.
We could do that and meet
Yep,
there and get
okay.
them, at least. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a very definite idea on, what I'd like to see them do, but, obviously
Yeah,
she's gonna have input
Her
on
own
that.
idea.
So,
Yeah. Okay,
And Norma, that's just going to be the two of you.
yes.
who said that? Who said that?
So,
Oh, yeah, it'll just be because if we have everybody, we have to post it as an open
Right.
meeting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we would just us.
So we don't have to
and-
post
Yeah, so, yeah.
it.
Okay. The next thing are the village signs, which Maureen had talked about brown sign. I don't know if you've done any more on that, if you found anything else, Maureen, or is it still?
A little bit, so like bear with me if I read a little bit of the breakdown on it. And one of the reasons I was late to the meeting is I can't find my reading glasses. So I'll do the best I can with no reading glasses. So the sign should indicate a national registered listing or eligible historic property, an archaeological site, or historic district. And his description, that was very, it was kind of general, but the historic property should be a nonprofit entity. That doesn't sound like it would be an issue for us. So I don't know if it's this cultural resources unit, if they are the ones that are conferring with local historical societies, if appropriate, tribal historic preservation offices, state historic preservation offices. So I don't know if they may interview all of them to confirm that the site that we're proposing is deserving of one of the signs. So those are the criteria. So I know we mentioned 5 villages. Are those considered historic districts?
Not
Or
all of them, not
national?
all of them. Anthony is. South Main Street is, but not as a village. Washington not, but South Main Street is a national district. Rice City is. I'm trying to think of them all. Hopkins Hollow.
Okay, I think you
Out in
mentioned
green.
last time 5, but we didn't break it down. Where would I find that?
Yeah.
Because
It's on the Rhode Island website. Rhode Island Historic Preservation Commission, their website. All the historical national listings of property are on their website.
okay, because I know that there were like 14 or 15 villages in all, but obviously not all of those.
Yeah.
So
No, they're not, because Green is not, Summit is not, so it's, Harris is not.
okay. So what he said was, so the person that I was speaking to works for, he's a historic preservation specialist for the, let me read, I gotta read this so I don't mess it up, for the cultural resources unit of DOT. So so what happens if we want to apply for a sign or signs, we start the ball rolling by contacting the DOT customer service, and then they forward it, our request to the division with the cultural resources. And then they review it. And if they are in agreement that it's deserving of a sign, then they would pass it to DOT's State Traffic Commission, who meets monthly to improve the installation of the sign. So apparently it doesn't sound like it would cost us anything, because it's done with grant money, 80% federal and 20% state. So I assume, since all of this is processed through the state, that they would be the ones responsible for installing the signs, especially if you're talking that if it's on a state road, like if it were on 117, for example, or any of the other ones that are state roads. I would hope that would mean they would be the ones responsible for the installation.
Right.
And Jacob, that was the contact that I spoke with. He mentioned that he said it had been several years since they had presented a request for a brown sign to the State Traffic Commission. And I don't know if that's because they rejected any of the requests, or they just didn't get the request. But so he said normally they make their presentations to the traffic unit on behalf of requests from local historical groups. He said they've not presented a new brown sign location to the State Traffic Commission in several years. But so from his email, I couldn't tell whether there was just no activity with that program, or if there was nothing I'm guessing the one, that Payne sign that's on 117, right near Station Street. I'm wondering if that's the
Yeah.
same type of
Sign. Yeah, well, that's brown.
Yeah, so,
I don't know.
so I guess like just the fact that it's listed as a, if the village is listed as a, if it's documented, listed as, on that, national, registry, and it's on
Yeah.
the Preservation Commission's, website, it doesn't sound like we'd have to do any background research to
No,
justify,
no,
um,
not on the
Why
ones
we-
that are already done.
right?
Yeah. Because
Um,
Ray City, that's Route 14, that's a state road too.
Rice City, you said is what you, but, and I'll look them up, so you don't have to go over them again. If they're there on that website, I can
Yeah.
find that.
Yeah. But those then would not be a problem. The other villages, if we want signage would not be brown signs. We'd have to do something similar on our own, I guess.
And
The other
then,
villages that are,
and then you'd probably have the issue, depending on, then you'd have to get approval, either whether it's from the state, if it's a state road, or from the town, if it's a town road, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that
so
works.
what if we pursue the ones we know? And then worry about the others later, what to do with the others later?
Okay.
How does that sound to everyone?
Sounds sensible.
At least get those done and then figure out what to do next as far as the others, the other villages in town. Because Washington is not a national district, but Washington is one of the villages. But
Right.
South Main Street is a district, so South Main Street should have signage.
And so I wonder, and how would that be how would that be worded?
What do you mean?
The signage for South Main Street?
It
I
would,
don't-
it would have to be South Main Street Historic District, no mention of Washington. Because Washington is not a national district.
So whatever the official wording on the states.
I think
That's
however it's worded as the national district is how it would be, South Main Street
Right.
National District. So it wouldn't be the village getting the name, it would be South Main Street.
Right.
And it's only a portion of South Main Street. It's not all of South Main Street. Up until Wood Street is on the national
Oh,
Registry.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know why they didn't go further, but it's
Yeah.
up to Wood Street. It ends at Wood Street.
Well, that's too bad, because it seems to me there are some properties that
Yeah.
are deserving beyond
Okay.
that.
Then there's this issue. It can be extended if we want to put the work into proposing the rest of South Main Street being added, because they did that with Rice City. Rice City was done in 2 sections. It was done and then they decided to add to it, so it was nominated again. So we could do that with South Main Street. We could do that with Green. We could do that with Summit. I don't know about Summit, there's not much in Summit anymore. It's historic.
But I guess the thing is too, with the
Yeah.
signage, it's not like it says, it's not like the sign is gonna say the historic district begins here.
No, it will
and
just
ends
say,
here. So,
it'll just say it. But I mean, if
Right.
we wanted to extend it, it
Right.
can be done if we want to do the work to get it extended. If we wanted to make all of Washington a historic district, I suppose we could, but there's work involved. The same
Okay.
thing with Green. The Green isn't a historic district and it probably should be, but it's not.
so I wonder who I wonder who decides at what point the sign is installed, where exactly the sign would sit.
Well, I would assume, in my opinion, for what it's worth, it would be at the beginning at South Main Street, where South Main Street begins at Main Street. And then I don't think you'd put a second sign at the other end.
Yeah. Yeah, that one seems a little more straightforward. I was just thinking something like, did you say Anthony was one?
Anthony and Quidnick is one big one. So
Yeah.
you could put one at the West Warwick Town line, I guess. And it would end at the Trestle, I think. It goes up to Batty Street, I think. Right before Washington. I think that's where the line is. because that the United Oak Cemetery or whatever their names are is part of that national district. So I think the line is at Batty Street.
Okay, so if everyone thinks that's a good idea, I guess you could send a note to DOT or to their customer service and then ask them to get this started
Yeah.
and see what we get.
So is everybody okay with that? Should it be a
Yeah.
motion?
Yeah.
Does somebody want to make a motion that we do that we pursue the Anthony Village Brown sign? Let's start with Anthony.
Okay, I'll make a motion to pursue that.
Okay. Second?
I'll second.
Second. Any more discussion? All right, we're just doing Anthony first, right?
You think so? I was just thinking of throwing them all out there. I don't know.
All right, well, South Main Street, so, yeah, well, you're gonna look up the list. So we make a motion to get brown signs for our national districts then. That's the motion?
Yes,
Okay. And Erin seconded it?
Yes.
Was it Erin that second? All in favor then?
Yeah.
I,
I
Okay. Okay. So we're pursuing national district brown signs. Okay, got it. All right, the next thing on the list is house plaques. I don't know if you spoke to whoever you spoke to about plaques, Paul.
Well, I've tried. I left a voice message and again, I did this the beginning of the week, so they could be away on vacation. Today,
Yep.
I decided to do it on Facebook because they have a Facebook page.
Yep.
And I did it through the Facebook messaging thing and I have not heard back yet, but that I would say just, I will wait till beginning of the week or something to see they could be away for a couple of weeks or something, but I'll wait a little bit longer and then and if they don't respond, then do some research into other people that do this.
Okay.
Obviously we were trying to give the business to someone who had a shop here, but I don't know what's going on with them because I never see them there. They own that building that, there's a renter upstairs. So they actually own the building, but I have not seen them there because I go by it at least 4 times a day coming and going. And if I saw her there, I would stop. But anyway, we'll see. And I'll, if I don't hear from her by like, let's say Sunday, then I'll try once again to reach out by phone. But I have their card that has their numbers and I have her husband's number on the card too. So I'll leave it alone for another day and see. Because now that I did it on Facebook, because I remember her telling me that she did a lot of business through people who order stuff from her online and on Facebook and stuff. So we'll see if I since I only did that today, if she gets back to me. Okay.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, the next thing on the agenda and are the bylaws. I sent everybody a copy of the bylaws. Did you see them? Did people look at them?
Mhm.
Any discussion about bylaws? To me, the only thing I can see that could, who's that? Oh, that was me. I'm echoing. The only thing I think, oh, I'm getting feedback. Is changing the Coventry Historic District Commission to the Coventry Historic Preservation Commission. The rest pretty much still applies. Don't you think?
Yes.
Sounds okay.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of changing the name. Now, can we just vote to change the name or do we have to do something else?
So by that last section, the amendment, it sounds like as long as we have agreement from the council within ourselves that we want to make a change, we
Right.
just make it.
All right, so do we want to vote to make the change tonight? Because we're all here, right?
I'll make a motion to change the name to the Coventry Historic Preservation Commission
I'll second it.
Somebody second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Did everybody say aye?
Aye.
Wake up, wake up. Okay, so I think that's all we need to do here unless, you know, I don't see why it needs to be complicated because the wording is pretty much the same. And you want to leave the word district in there because you have to have a district clause for the CLG grants. So you don't want to just totally eliminate that district part of it. So that sound, so we're all in favor of that, right?
Yes, I,
Yes.
Now, the state grant, that still hasn't come up yet. We talked about that as maybe possibly being to fund the pink granite project, but we need to know the cost of the pink granite project. And they only pay half. So we would have to consider where we would get the other half. Do we have, and I don't know if John can answer this question, are we in the budget at all this year? We used to be in the budget for some funding. I don't know who can answer that question.
I don't have that answer off the top of my head. I don't handle the budgeting, but I can check on that and I can send out an email and let you guys know what the status of that is.
Because I have no idea what it would be, but
Right.
the question is, could it be put towards that pink granite project?
Yeah, I can look into that and see if there are any funds available, and I'll let you guys know.
Okay. Okay. So, is anything else anybody needs to bring up? Nothing? Do we want to make a motion to adjourn? Oh, before we adjourn, John, before you go away, I had talked to you about us meeting in person next time.
Yes, so like Cody had said, the executive order ends on Friday. So it looks like we don't really have a choice. We have to meet in person the next time.
Okay.
I am not exactly sure where that will be, whether it will be in the town hall or in our office in our conference room. It'll be one of those two places. That's
Okay.
the way that it seems right now, but it'll definitely be in person.
So August 26th, we will meet in person.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I guess that's all we have. That's all I have. Does somebody want to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Quick meeting, we're all done. Okay. As far as other
Second.
things, what was that? Other things that come up, I'll send
You
little
will-
notes out if things come up. But I was really, this was a couple of days ago that I found out the change of date for the bridge, and it's like, oh, wow. I could be dead by then. So, but anyway, okay, so I guess all in favor to adjourn?
Aye.
Aye.
Did you have a second?
I can be the second.
Thanks, Maureen.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you did second.
Paul and I had raised our hands at the same time.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Okay,
Yep, good.
well, see you next month.
Right, all right.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.